Hello and welcome to Runkle of the Bailey. My name is Ian Runkle. I'm a Canadian criminal defense and firearms lawyer. Today I want to talk about something just kind of wild that's happening in the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. I never expected to hear a makeup brand was possibly pulling off a Matlock moment in a trial. However, there's another wrinkle to it that I haven't seen widely reported, so I wanted to talk a little bit about this. So the clip I'm going to show is from the trial itself. It's from the opening arguments, and this is one of Amber Heard's lawyers. So let's have a look.
Saw Amber that week, and she didn't have any bruises on her face. Well, let me show you this. This is what Amber carried in her purse for the entire relationship with Johnny Depp. She's an actor. Do you honestly think she would have left her apartment ever without makeup? Do you think that she ever would have wanted other people to see her bruises and her cuts? This was what she used. She became very adept at it. And you're going to hear the testimony from Amber about how she had to mix the different colors for the different days of the bruises as they developed in the different coloring, and how she would use these to touch those up to be able to cover those. She also used concealer, foundation. You'll hear from her makeup person that Amber didn't even leave her bedroom without having foundation on. And one of the people that was at the building testified. He said she had makeup on and it would have covered that bruise. So that's the testimony on that.
Now, why this is interesting is because the company that makes that product that's in her hand, the Milani Company, actually posted a TikTok video saying that this particular product, their color correcting kit, didn't come out until 2017. And that's important because the divorce was 2016. So that would be a huge moment, because now you've got an issue where essentially, in order for some of these statements made in the opening statement to be true, you need a time machine. And that can be an incredibly damaging moment. Now, I will note that in this opening statement, she never actually comes out and says this particular item here. And so it might be that she could try to, that there could be some argument that this was essentially presented as an example, like that she was just carrying makeup similar to this item, but not specifically this item. It'll be really interesting to see what happens in the trial about, where they go with this, because now they've shown the jury and the court this particular item and, said she carried something, this, or perhaps they could argue something like this. That's a very difficult moment, and I'm sure that their counsel is going to be aware of this. This is all over the internet right now. There's just no way that somebody hasn't seen this and sent them a message going, hey, are you aware of this? It's going to be a concern for them. And as a lawyer, you never want to be in a position where you've stood up and told the court something that later turns out not to be true. I certainly couldn't imagine the lawyers doing that intentionally, but there is the possibility, and again, I don't know for certain. Because of this, it's not quite pinned down. There is that possibility of this being an example. But if that was intended to be this is the specific product, then that might indicate that perhaps Ms. Heard misled her attorneys, which would have them super upset. That's not a thing that you want to do. And your lawyer will be exceedingly pissed if that's something that you do. However, there is a further wrinkle here that I haven't seen covered, and I just kind of ran across this somewhere. Somebody posted this on Twitter. I don't actually have their name for credit. I'm sorry, random person. But here's an article that I just sort of found because of that mention. And this is Glamour UK. And what you can see here is a really startlingly similar product. That looks, it's got the Milani brand. It's got that 4-color palette to it. It's a concealer, and June 2016. That really muddies up the timeline a little bit, because if Milani is wrong about this thing coming out in 2017, that's real interesting. And you see that they actually link to it, and they say the Conceal and Perfect all-in-one correcting kit, Milani, and there's a little link button. So I don't know. There's the possibility that Milani might be wrong about when this product came out. And if so, that changes things in a big way. Uh, I'm sure that there's a lot of lawyers right now doing a lot of research that they didn't expect to be doing into niche aspects of makeup. So I thought I'd talk about that because this is the kind of moment that can be a real big deal. If you can catch somebody in, you know, in an error like that, it can be huge. So I'm sure there's a lot of real interesting discussions going on, as I said. I thought this was interesting. There's a lot of people talking about it, but not so many people talking about this 2016 issue. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to be really interested to watch Ms. Heard's testimony and cross-examination. I think that that's going to be really interesting. I also think I'm going to do another video talking a little bit about the gendered aspects of domestic violence and the fact that it isn't, a lot of people assume that it's only one directional, that, men abuse women, but that's not actually the case. We do see examples of the opposite, and how stereotypes and bias play into how this goes in the court system. And so I'll probably do a video on that. Let me know in the comments below if that'd be something you'd be interested in, and if so, I'll try to do a video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I also want to thank my Patreon supporters at the $50 level: Canada's National Firearms Association, CCFR, the Canadian Shooting Sports Association; at the $30 level, Sights and Arms Limited and Marc Levier Demour; and at the $20 level, Peter Hilger, Mark, Jane Babe and Luxor, Haywire, Dale Nesbitt, Cameron Johnson, Bruno R., Andrew Elsich, and Rick JD. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to see more content, maybe hit the notification bell. And yeah, I can't say for certain what's going on here, but it's certainly interesting, and there seems to be more to it than might be being reported. So anyway, see you next time.